All right, it's time to do CSS battle. We have, I don't know, kind of a sideways figure eight infinity symbol, something like that. And I'm already starting out not doing it the way I should be. I'm going to select my HTML. I'm going to set the background of the HTML to be the green color. Then I'm going to select the body. And I'm going to put an outline on the body just so I can see it. Yeah, 1Q, solid, red. I'm going to margin the body into these four squares. So the way I've been doing these lately is I've been doing kind of a not the way the best CSS players would approach this. I'm going to do the same thing today. So I'm going to do more of a like, you're new to CSS Battle, how would you do these things? Sort of thing first. So the way I'm thinking about this right now is I have four green boxes that are laid out here in the center of this thing. And then I'm going to box shadow them to create the stuff on the sides. But I want to just lay out the four green boxes in the center right now. So that's what I'm going to try to do. So I'm going to, I mean, if I were really not a CSS battle player, I would probably do it more like this. I would say that there's a div. I wouldn't even use the body. I would say div outline 1Q solid red. Okay. And then in that div, I would put four boxes. So I'm going to have four more boxes in there. So those are the four green boxes. I'm going to call this one class. I have to use quotes outer. And then each of these, nope, wrong thing. I don't remember on this editor how to do that. It's not it. Oops, that's really not it. Okay. Cool. In. Okay. I'll just copy paste that. Okay. So we're actually not going to select the div. We're going to select outer. And we're going to give it a margin of, I don't know what the top is, 80, 90. We're going to give it a height of 100 just to give it something right now. It's going to need to be more than that, but that's okay. We'll fix that. All right, so the margin on top is not enough. It needs to be 90, 100. And on the sides, a little less, 80, 78. Yeah, we get some weird numbers because of the body margin. That's okay. Height at 100 is correct. All right, so then we need to select dot in. It needs a width of 100. Let's put our outline there. And it needs a height of, I don't know what it is, 40. 35. Might be 35. And then up here on outer, I'm going to do a display flex, uh, flex wrap gap. I don't know what it is, 30 pixels, 20, 5, 8. I bet the outline is maybe getting in the way. Let's do background red. And then can that be 30? No, it can't. Because of my margin? No. Something looks wrong with the line. I can't tell what. Let's Let's try. I don't think this is going to help me any. 77. Okay, that's perfect. All right. Yeah, let's put the outline back. So I don't think that was the problem. Okay, there we have the boxes, I think, in the proper locations. The other thing that we could do, we could say up here, well, we couldn't do it there. We'd have to have a body selector. Body, margin, 0, and then that would help with these things. 85. That's probably what it was. 77 makes sense with an 8 pixel body margin. Okay. So now we have boxes in the right places. So now we need to make the lines around them. So to do that, I'm going to use box shadow. I'm going to say 30 pixel 0. There's one of them. I can say minus 30 pixels 0. There's another one. I can say 0, 30 pixels. There's one. And I can say 0, minus 30 pixels. There's one. Now I need one more. That's 30 pixels, 30 pixels, I think. And that seemingly breaks things, but we can play a trick. So it's not quite right now. So I have the diff on. The other thing is they're all the wrong color, but we can fix that with color. So you can just say color, this, and now they're the right color. But I have an extra box here and an extra box here, and I'm missing one here. So what we're going to do is on the last two, we're just going to say F. We're going to give it another class, and then we're going to say for the .F selector, which stands for flip, we're going to call it scale -1. And now if we get rid of the outline, we should have a match. Yeah, submit is running. It's working its way through the backend. Okay, that is a match. It's almost, well, it's almost 500 characters. But we've already talked about this, but I'm going to talk about it again. Instead of doing this class stuff, we can just make a selector for O here. And then just make this an O attribute selector. Same thing for these. We can just say I. That's not I. And I. Now we need to change this to be just an I selector. And this to be just an F selector. And then we need to put F on these two because I erased it. F, F. So that saved us 50 characters, just getting rid of the class statements. There are also a bunch of spaces. There's an extension. Just search for CSSBattle extension on the Chrome store. You'll find it. There's an extension I can load. It'll let me minify so I can get down to 280 characters. I can also replace some pixel values, which don't seem to be any replaceable here. That's okay. We can submit and we can printify, put stuff back. So that's one way to do this. There's nothing wrong with doing it this way. It's just not the most efficient way to do it, although I haven't seen any great solutions for this one today. We're going to try something better though. And we could do this with like a position fixed sort of situation. So let's try something like that. So let's do style. Instead of using flex, we can do it in a more traditional position fixed sort of way. So I'm going to say, I'm going to use star selector to select my HTML. It's kind of a shorthand way to do it. There are other repercussions of doing this though. So I'm going to say background is the mint color. I'm going to say star again. What do I want to do here? I'm going to put an outline on it. Just so I can see it. 1Q solid red. I think I want to have a bad idea. I'm going to try to margin it into place. I don't know where exactly yet. I'm going to try something. Okay. Margin 130. I don't know. It's something. I can't leave it there. That's the problem. Uh, let's do 0, 130, and 250, 60. All right. I should explain what I'm trying to do, or I should do it simpler. Let's do it simpler to start. Let's just try to margin this into being this box. So margin's going to be, I don't remember what it was, 100. This is not going to be 260. It's going to be something like 140, 150, 60, 70, 5, nope, 65. And then the left is going to be 200, and actually the right's going to be 200, the left is going to be 80, 85. This one's going to be 215, 2150, 250. There. We finally have a box. Okay. Um, yeah, so I have a bad idea. I'm just going to use box shadow for everything. I'm just going to write the longest box shadow statement on Earth. So box shadow, first we need to go up. So we're going to go 0 minus 30 pixels. Then we need to go, I don't know, up and right to be this one. So that's going to be, I don't know, 100 pixels minus 30 pixels. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Uh, my theory may not work because the source element is 40 pixels tall, but the elements I need are only 30 pixels tall. That may or may not become a huge problem. My plan has changed, I think. I think my plan has changed. I think I need to do it more like I was doing before, so I need some more elements. Let's put a paragraph in the DOM. We can see the little dot there. Paragraph needs a height of 40 pixels. Is that right? It's 35. 35. I was wrong about. Yeah, I was wrong before. It's not 40, but the things we need are 35 and 30 instead of 40 and 30. And let's see if we can margin this thing somewhere. Margin 0 minus 200, 0, 100. All right, 130. And then this will be minus 170, 150, 130. Of course, because the other one's 130. All right. And now we need two more. So I'm going to have another paragraph selector. I'm going to move the outline to it. Now I need another paragraph. There is the paragraph. margin 0, 50, 0, 30. Let's do something. Let's move the outline because I feel like, yeah, that's happening. Uh, yeah, that's happening. Well, okay, what we can do, we have this height. We can just put height here. Put that back. Yeah, that's okay. But now I need one more paragraph. And this one needs to be selected. And say margin 0, margin minus 50, 0, minus 60, 5, and then minus 130, 0, 130. All right, there are the same 4 boxes we had previously, but they're laid out differently now. Now we can write the same box shadow as we had before. We can say box shadow 30 pixels 0, um, minus 30 pixels 0, um, 0, 30 pixels, 0, minus 30 pixels, and 30 pixels, 30 pixels. Use the same trick as before, scale minus 1, and set the correct color way up here on our body. Whoops, we do have to say color. We can't just put a random color statement in there. Color. And put a semicolon. Get rid of the outline. And minified, we're now down at 205 characters. It's better. It's not good yet. Let's go ahead and unit replace, which gets nothing. Minify and submit. Prettify. We might be able to get away with some Q values here. 38Q. Doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. Let's try 37. Looks better. And then 32Q. Two Q. There are definitely some interesting bits in the diff. I don't know if it's going to like it or not. It's okay. 130. What can we do? Is that a percentage? Like 40%? No. Yeah, I'm not getting any of that to work. Oh, right. It's going to be something like that. 130. But now it's longer than it was to start with. So we're not helping. Actually, it's the same. 100 is 25%. I don't know if 165 is anything. 35%. Doesn't matter. It can be 0. Make it 0. Oh, right, because it has a height now. I don't know. It's not great. The other way, to do this would be conic gradients. So let's try that. Let's put the background on our HTML. I'm thinking about how I want to do this. Yeah, the background on our HTML is going to be a conic gradient. It's going to go from the mint green 75% to the gray 0. That makes us a box. Our box is going to be at, I'm going to start with 100 pixels, 100 pixels, which is wrong, but, I also need to select just the HTML if I want to do it this way without costing my brain a bunch of problems. All right, so this is going to be 200. That's getting somewhat close. Now we need to move it. We're going to move it, I don't know, 80 pixels and 80 pixels. Okay. Now we have something we can start getting into place. We're going to move it less sideways, so 60, 55, and less down, so 70. Right, now it needs to be bigger. So it needs to be 300, nope, 280, 90. And it needs to be taller, 150, 160, 160. So there is our gray rectangle on our mint background. Now, we need to punch some holes. To punch some holes, we're going to do, you guessed it, a conic gradient. Okay, I'm going to try not setting a margin on this, but I think my life would be easier if it had a margin. It's not going to get one. We're going to do a conic gradient. It's going to go from transparent to green, whatever green is. It's going to be 75% transparent and 25% green, which we can represent with a 0. It's going to get an at, and it's going to be 90 pixels, 40 pixels, something like that. It's not right. And it's also not working. Why is, oh, it's just way over there. I'm going to make it red for a minute. There it is. I think maybe this is 110, something like that. We need to put it in place. Well, actually, we need to get it to repeat first. So I'm going to say position 0, 0, and then I'm going to do the horizontal repeat. It's going to be something like 150 pixels. I'm going to need a margin on this. Okay. That's okay. 150 pixels and then 80 pixels. Something like that. And we're going to put an outline. 1Q solid green. And we're going to margin this into place. Margin. I don't know what it is. 110? Not quite that much. 100? Yep, 190. 85. There is the margin. Now we need to get the repeat and size working correctly. Right now, these are too tall, right? Because we decided this was 35 pixels high, not 40. And they're too wide, so there must be 100. Now the repeat is not quite right. The repeat's too much, 150. Let's try 130. And it's not 80. Let's try 65. 65. Okay, there are the mint green cutouts in the middle. Of course, they're not mint green right now. They're red because we made them red, but now they're not. Oh, and that's wrong. That's wrong the way I want to do this. Okay, my margin's wrong. My margin needs to be on match the gray. That's okay. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. 80, 70, and 60. That looks right for the outside, but this needs to be fixed now. X position, I don't know what it is, 30 pixels. And Y position, 30 pixels. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, now we need to do the other boxes. Because we are using background shorthand, we can actually stack multiple gradients. I'm going to make this a little easier to read. We're going to say that, 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 and that. So we have the at statement, the two colors, the position, and the size, which forces it to repeat. So we're going to have another one of those. We're going to have a conic gradient. Right now it's going to be at 50%, 50%, because that's the default. It's going to be the same transparent for 75%. It's going to be the same gray. Is it still in my clipboard? For 25%, but we can cheat and say that's 0. And although we want that right now, we don't, because we want to be able to see the things. It's not working evidently. Let me get rid of the at statement because I'm probably messing me up somehow. Yeah, something's not, I've broken something. Oh, I think it's that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now let's try to put this back at 50%, 50%, comma. Okay. There is the thing that we created. We need it to be not that big. We need it to be much smaller. I don't know what that is, 30 pixels by 30 pixels. Looks about right. Okay, now we need to get it to repeat. So for now, let's say that its position is 0, 0, because that seems to be working. And now the repeat is going to be 100 pixels horizontally and 200 pixels vertically. Maybe that's too much. 150, 130. Okay, that's right vertically, but not horizontally. 130. That's right both ways. Now let's make our red green. There it is. Let's get rid of our outline. And now we have a much longer solution. It's another way to do it. It's obviously not a better way to do it. Let's go ahead and unit replace, minify, submit, prettify. We could still play games with some of these pixel values and convert them to Qs and that sort of stuff. It's not going to beat 195. Could we combine some conic gradients? Maybe. Maybe we could. Another option would be border image for, I mean, you could do border image instead of this long conic gradient. In theory, I'm probably not good enough at border image to get that to happen yet. I'm going to end it here. I may play with border image a little bit. If I come up with something, I'll do an addendum or something, but that's going to be it for today. 195, not a great score. That's where I am today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.